Yo YouTube, it's Tavernan American. I'm going to be reviewing the PlayStation 3 console. This would be my 5th PlayStation 3 that I've owned. I'm going to be starting off talking about the pros, the neutrals and the cons, then give you guys a verdict whether or not you should get one in 2024. The pros of owning a PlayStation 3 is the Blu-ray drive. It has a huge reputation in quality compared to other standalone Blu-ray players. It's so good that it's better than the PlayStation 4 Blu-ray drive. It's on top of the food chain when it comes to playback and audio features when it comes to watching movies and listening to music on disc. It also works with all the PlayStation controllers, whether it's the old ones like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 when it's adapted within a USB, or the modern ones like the DualShock 4 or the DualSense. But the catch is, it only works when you plug them in with a USB or have a wireless USB receiver. The home button does not work as well, so you have to turn off your system by the console and turn it back on to get back to the menu. I've tried the Bluetooth connection route on the DualSense, but the controller only works on the PlayStation menu. Now, if you want to use the DualShock 4 or the DualSense wirelessly, you would have to buy a specific adapter like Brooks for it to work. For me, I'm eating good over here, man, as I'm using the Astro C40 PlayStation 4 controller for gaming. It also brings over my settings. And also it's free to play online. Whack in your cable or connect it to your Wi-Fi, sign up to the PlayStation Network and do your thing. If you are looking to jailbreak this, be careful and understand the consequences, man. Console ban means your system is bricked. An account ban means you lose your online account. So if you bought or own any PS4, PS5 games or movies on that account, you can no longer access them. So Sony's basically going for your nuts if you get caught. It's either your left nut or your right nut. Ladies, if you're watching this, you get my point. What I'm trying to say is, it's not very nice. Let's talk about the neutrals of owning a PlayStation 3. It doesn't necessarily mean a deal breaker, but it's definitely an itch that needs to be scratched, which is the used market. The price varies on what version of the PlayStation 3 console, games, or movies you're looking to get. I got the 8GB Super Slim for around £25 used with no controller included, a vertical stand for £5, and a SSD 500GB drive for around £20, which in my opinion is reasonable. The standard Slim you can get for around £50 to £75, and the original PlayStation 3 60GB, which gives you the option to play PlayStation 2 games and have an SD card reader for around £150 to £200. Games, for example, like Call of Duty for around £1 to £5, but games like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Mortal Kombat 9 Complete Edition, or Wolverine Origins, you can get for around £30 to £50. Deluded. And finally, the cons of owning a PlayStation 3. The elephant in the room. The hardware performance playing games. There's a fair amount of games that's aged poorly. For a system that came out in 2007, the hardware specs was immediately outdated by the next Unreal Engine that developers created their games on. Meaning you are going to see those nasty ass anti-aliasing edges and toned down textures. You got the option to upscale and smoothen the edges out through the PlayStation 3 settings. Modern TVs like my OLED and my QLED can bring out those inky blacks if you increase the contrast and lower the brightness a little bit and add a touch of warmth to make it a little presentable. Frame rates in certain games or certain environments can be skippy. So if you are used to 60 FPS gaming, there's a hand-picked amount of games that have stable frames, and there's a lot that struggle. But let me pipe down and say PlayStation 3 is one of my favorite consoles of all time. It's just a straightforward, simple, convenient entertainment system packed with unrestricted features. If I had to give you advice on what PlayStation 3 model to get, I would say get the Slim or the Super Slim, as both have reliable hardware, including the disk drive, uses less power, and runs more quiet than the original model. Swallow your pride on the PlayStation 2 backwards compatibility, ladies and gents. It's not worth the extra hassle and the extra funds.